Hi everyone, this is AG, and you can now see me with a new game named Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor. So, yeah, this is how it looks like when we open the game. And I have actually entered the game already to kind of remove the menu music in the settings. And I'm not sure if there is going to be any other soundtracks or music in the game, so I will have to go in there to have a check. So it says to press any button to start, and since I'm this is see I have already entered the game before, so uh you'll see that if you're first time entering the game, there's a screen like for you to choose a character, and I have already done that. And this is the main menu that we will usually see if we're going to uh when we enter the game. So as you can see here, you can zoom in and zoom out, and you could use a mouse to move around. And these are stories. Yeah, you can see there are some stories here. So there are also different town or uh this one station and another town and stories. And let me check. There are something else on the other side of the island, and we could actually see something like these. So the Bakerstown Yard and Bakerstown, because it's had been quite a bit of time. Because this Thomas and Friends is actually my childhood like cartoon or like a TV series. So um memory kind of faded a lot. Okay, so before I actually start anything, let me check around the settings to see if I anything that I should disable. Like they do not have the option of turning off the music. There's only the menu music for me to be turned off. And I think the display should be all right at this point. And the others, like the controls, I would need to take a look at the keyboard controls and since this is the movement, so walk forward, walk back, WSAD, and then transition is the E. I hope they provide a tutorial after that, or provide us some in-game instructions on which uh key on the keyboard to press on uh to do any actions of it. So quite a bit of the items, well, the keys to assign to different items. And let me see. I think I will need to pick photo mode. It's a shift plus a space bar. Fast travel is shift plus an F. And yeah, take screenshot will be control and function 12. It's kind of difficult because quite a bit of things to be remembered. So, yeah. So anyway, leave it for now, and let me see if any the advanced settings. Okay, so nothing related to music about the gameplay things. Um, there's a scenario marker. So that one actually is. And I'll just leave these as the defaults. Player 6. Okay, I need a beginner level as usual. So what about this one? So automatic coupling, automatic set manual junctions. So coupling I think is for to the engines to carrying or to detach the coaches or the trucks that they're going to carry. This automatic set manual junctions is probably for when the tracks is going to to split into different directions. You would like them to set the direction of the junctions for you, maybe. The notifications, there should be nothing too special about it. So let me just go back to here. So since they have highlighted, I think this is pronounced as Farquhar, right? Not so sure about it. This is should be Netfoot. So let me stick with this one because they have exclamation points, and then it is shining around this one. Okay, so this is actually to like introduction. So we need to drive Thomas and then take first step forward first step towards becoming an expert driver. I have to choose this one, and then this is a loading screen that we can see. So like yeah, we can see various series of TV series. Yeah, I can step us called Birdie. I don't really remember the names already. It's been quite a long time ago. So top on hat, that one.
Hello there, and welcome to Farquhar Station. Before you can start your adventures on the island of Sodor, you will need to learn how to drive one of my engines. And I could think of none better than Thomas. In this short introduction, you will be taken through every step needed to make sure that Thomas is a really useful engine. And I'm sure you'll be an expert driver in no time. Would you like to learn how to drive Thomas? Press the yes button to continue learning how to play. Or if you feel you are ready, press the no button to begin exploring Sodor. You can play this introduction again at any time by choosing the introduction to Sodor.
So there will be like some kind of dialogues by different characters. So that's just Sir Topham Hatt speaking, like for the introduction of the tutorial, something like that. So they are asking us if we would like to learn how to drive Thomas, and of course we choose yes because this is the first time that I've...
Hello, driver. Climb on board, and we can get started.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about like sound.
Follow the markers in front of you, as they will guide you to Thomas's cab steps.
Okay, so now we're actually the driver. So we will use the keyboard to like walk around. So we are the driver, I think. So just walk around. Of course, we can see Thomas looking at us. Yeah, I hope nothing we keep is going to be like happening around here. And it's quite a bit of time for me to like play with this kind of like train simulator.
Before you can climb the steps, you will need to check if the cab door is open. If you can see that the cab door is closed, you can open it by first looking at it and then pressing the button shown on the screen.
Okay, so then we now have to click on the mouse button, the left mouse button, to open the cab door.
Now that Thomas's cab door is open, you can use the steps to climb up into the cab.
So these are the steps, I think, and then we press key E on our keyboard to step up to here, to the cab.
This is Thomas's cab. Here you will learn the controls needed to drive Thomas. Let's get started by first moving over to the driving position.
So I have to stand in here. I press E.
If you want a better view of your train or the line ahead, you can change between inside and outside camera views at any time while driving. For now, use the control shown on screen to change to the outside camera.
Okay, we'll have to change the camera like this.
You can change between this view and the inside cab view at any time by pressing either of the controls shown here.
So this is it. Pressing key 2, it will like go and set the camera outside of it, and then press key 1 and go back into the cab.
There are many locations on the railways of Sodor, where lines separate or join together. These involve a network of points that set the direction the train will be travelling. On the main line, most of these points are controlled by the closest signal box. However, there are yards and junctions that require the points to be set manually. Thomas's friends Annie and Clarabel are waiting at the station platform. In order to reach Annie and Clarabel, you will first need to switch the points so that it sets the correct track. You can set the points by climbing down out of the cab, walking over and interacting with it.
So I will learn how to get out of the cab. So I have to press E to get out of the driver position, and then open the cab door and then just step down. We could actually press key E to step down. We just directly jump off Thomas. And changing points, it means we have to select points lever, and by holding down left mouse button, and then we drag the mouse left or right to change the point. So it's actually adjusting this one, I think. So we just step here, choose junction left, and press on it, junction left, and then put it to, how should I do this? Let's change it a little bit. Oh, just like this.
You can also change the points on the map, which can be accessed by pressing the key shown now.
How do I do? What should I do? So there'll be something like this, just a little bit different because we're like switching it, this and that, and then we press. And press key 9, right? Skip away too fast. No, this is for the route map. So what we're doing is to just go back. Okay, I can go back there, and then I have to go back to the letters, climb back into Thomas Cab to continue. So to climb again, then stand driver's position.
Excellent work so far. The junction is now correctly set. So it is time to move Thomas out of the siding and over to Annie and Clarabel. To move Thomas forward, press and hold the button shown now on the screen to increase the throttle.
So I have to press. So press key W.
Well done. You're doing a good job so far. To slow Thomas down, press and hold the button shown to begin applying the brakes.
So basically we're using W and S, at least for now. So we have to just go forward slowly, I think. Don't rather go too far, too fast at this point. So we have to stop at there. There, we're at the... Stop at there. Wait.
As you can see, the throttle has returned to 0. This means that Thomas is now ready to travel in either forward or reverse. To make Thomas reverse, tap the control shown on screen until the direction arrow on the hood points down.
So I press key D. So in the reverse, we could put put the key W to like increase the throttle, and then we could go backward.
Remember to slow down when approaching Annie and Clarabel. You should be going at no more than 5 miles per hour when attempting to couple to coaching stock and troublesome trucks.
Less than 5 miles, right? It's a little bit. little bit slower. Slower, please. So should be something like that. We could actually have this view so that we could look at it from outside of the cab, so that we could know how to make it a little bit faster. Not too fast. Yeah, that should be alright. Once we're approaching Annie and Clarabelle, we have to slow down. It's time to slow down a little bit. Yeah. Should work. So this is coupled to configuration, which means to couple with our coaches. So we're slightly approaching them. We have to go as slowly as possible. Okay.
Hello, Annie. Hello, Clarabelle.
Hello, Thomas. To allow passengers to climb aboard, you will first need to open the passenger doors using the controls shown on the screen.
So I have to forget which button we should use. Oops, it already disappeared. So how should I do this? Which button? Not this one. Is there like, it's like, could I just put the instructions just stay there, because I don't really remember any of it. Let's just step away. So let me try to just see how to get this one. So I already forget about it. Which one is the? Okay, so it's the button Y. So it's like an actual.
There are other
Train
cameras
scene
available to use during your adventures on Sodor. Let's look at another one now. Using the button shown on screen, change to the free camera.
So we're using key 8.
You are now using the free camera. With this camera, you can freely fly around to wherever you'd like. You are still able to fully control your train whilst using this camera, and it's very useful for getting a good look at your surroundings.
Yeah, but the camera is a little bit too.
Move the camera around so it is looking at Thomas.
How do I do this? It's a little bit too low for the camera angle. How do I? Okay. Should be something like this. So it doesn't fly around.
Now return to the inside camera view using the button shown here. Remember, you can drive Thomas from both the inside cab view and the outside camera you were shown earlier. Good job. It looks like everyone has boarded now. You can go ahead and close the passenger doors using the controls shown here.
Yeah, it's the key Y that to open and close the door.
You've got a green signal, so you're ready to continue to the next station. Increase the throttle once again to move Thomas forward.
This is not a location, just a Peckham Beck station. So I'm going to use this. You could actually go faster. I'm not so sure which is the faster. How fast can we actually go? We go like up to 25 miles per hour per se. So yeah. Is it a little bit too fast? Not so sure about it. This one actually looks good. So take a screenshot of it. Wow, look at his face. It's just look a little bit like his face is just. Okay. How to whistle. Forget which buttons to whistle. Never mind. Ooh, the camera's a little bit funny here. Stuck here. Where's the whistle? Forget which one's the whistle. Is there a button for whistle?
Remember to slow down as you approach a station you want to stop at, so that you come to a safe stop.
Still need a little bit of speed. Okay, we're approaching the next station already, so let's just slow down a little bit. It's a little bit too early. Yep, that's about the point.
Good work! Now open the passenger doors to allow the passengers to start boarding.
So we should be. Okay, so we have two buttons. We should use the press U to open what they call the right hand side of the door, and then Y should be on the left hand side then. Yeah, the camera is still a little bit.
Splendid job! It looks like you and Thomas make a great team, and I'm certain you will be an expert driver in no time.
You're a great driver. I can't wait to start our adventures together.
Okay, so the next scenario. Okay, let me go back to the main menu. Yeah, because those like keys are getting a little bit so many buttons to like point. Let's put this one. It's about a standard. Okay, we have to check the standard. So the horn is that the whistle is a space bar. Headlights with H, cap light with L. Context signaler. Singular. Suppress. Okay, let me see which one should I like keep in mind for now. So WSAD, those are basic ones, and then the horn, that should be the whistle, spacebar, and then Y and U will be left hand side of the door and right hand side of the door. So for left hand side, right hand side, it depends on like which direction we're going in. Yep, I hope I could remember them. I'll try my best. So our next story should be at Netford. We could actually do this one first, shunting challenge, or we could go with this next story. So since there's a exclamation mark there, we should go with Thomas and Goran chapter then.
Thomas and Gordon.
Thomas is a tank engine who lives at the big station on the island of Sodor. He has 6 small wheels, a short stumpy funnel, a short stumpy boiler, and a short stumpy dome. He is a fussy little engine too, always pulling coaches about, getting them ready for the big engines to take on long journeys. And when trains arrive at the station, he pulls the empty coaches away so that the big engines can go and rest. Thomas thinks no engine works as hard as he does. He loves playing tricks on them, especially Gordon, the biggest and proudest engine of all. Thomas likes whistling cheekily at him. Wake up, lazy bones! Why don't you work hard like me? One morning, Thomas found it hard to wake up. His fire went out and there wasn't enough steam. It was nearly time for the express, but the coaches weren't ready.
She's actually sleepy.
At last, Thomas started.
Do we have to drive him to like somewhere else at this point?
He fussed into the station where Gordon was waiting.
Hurry up, you,
Said Gordon.
and bring me my coaches.
Hurry yourself, replied Thomas.
Yes,
Said Gordon.
I will.
What do I do? Actually have to go forward, right? What's the point that we have to stop Yeah, that's that point there. So I have to go forward. Is there anything that I should change on? I should change the track. I think no. I should stop at this point, right? Okay. So where should I go then? I have to go backward. So I have to go backwards this one. Score and following me anyway. Where's the point of it? Okay, so that's how that automatically set the direction of the track beams, right? What about for the coaches? It seems that's not the case. I just have to keep going backward. The coaches are here, but the point is like over at the very end. To slow down, right? To change direction of it. Go slower and slower and slower. Okay. So what should I? How do I do? Why do I have to go up here? So what's my next? So what's the thing that I should do? I actually should go to those coaches, right? But how do I? Do I have to jump off? Do I have to jump off the cab door and do something? Oh. Do I have to pull the lever? No, it's already pulled. It's already set it up for me. So I have to go to see at which point that I should stop at. I should push them forward, right? Let me check. I'm so sure about it. This is the point that we have to go. Yep, we should go here, so I should go back and drive Thomas to push forward to this point, I guess. Yeah, you can see the trucks smiling. And I have to hurry up. How do I get back on to Thomas? Do this. We'll just step up and close the door. And to use another angle. Is this one? Yep. You have to move on the speed limit. They have that red arrow on the HUD. So I have to go slower on this one. Okay, so I have to, where should I go then? Okay, I should go that far away. How many coaches? This Thomas. So he's pushing like 5 coaches. That's how we deal with it. So we don't have to change the direction. They will do it for us if we set it to automatic. I think that's what they mean here. So actually, is it that? So at that point, does it mean Thomas have to stop there, or to have the coaches to stop there? So I think probably it's Thomas to stop there. Okay, so Thomas is the one going to stop there. Okay, I understand it now. So I have to go slower and slower and slower. Hear yourself some kind of helicopter and airplanes flying nearby. And where do I go? Wow, quite a bit far away. And not so sure how to. Where's the point? Quite far away. Do I have to get off the train to have a look? It's quite a bit of the distance to check. There's more than 900 yards. It's not 100 yards, but 900 yards. So. And where's that point? Can't really see that. Yeah, maybe I'll just get back on Thomas too. Someone so sure about the direction or something. It's not going forward, so it must be backwards. Which is, how do we go backward? I mean, like, how do we get to that point specifically? This is goal. Where's the point? Could actually go faster, but I'm not so sure where I'm going. Oh, so I have to drive to that point of the platform, right? No, so there's something far away from the station, I think. Yeah, so we just keep going backwards to this point. We're getting nearer to that target point. Ooh, and we're slightly moved around. Oh, that's the coaches. Okay, I think we're getting near to why are we going to a tunnel thing? We have to go that far, so I have to step back into. Yeah, I have to step back into this one. Some kind of going into some kind of tunnel. Go a little bit faster, actually. It's too slow. Oh, too dark. Can't see it. Have headlights on. Not really useful. But why the whole thing is so dark? Okay, we can see the exit of the tunnel. Wow, we have to go this far too. Why do we have to go this far? What happens if I press the camera? So doesn't it change the camera? Oops, slightly over already. But still complete the objective. So couple to configurations to 600 and I'm going to change the camera again. Okay. Yeah, that's not a really long tunnel, but seems like another station at the back. Okay, I'll get back on Thomas. And we'll... I guess I just have to like drive forward directly this time. So change direction to forward. And then push forward. Yeah, and why the button doesn't work. Why those 1 and 2s doesn't work. Wait. Ooh, this is the map. So we're pushing through. Yeah, those 1 and 2s not working, so I just have to keep pushing forward now. I'll let Thomas drive faster. Slightly a little bit faster. Okay, I see a comment in our chat here. So it says, so hello there, so mention Thomas, yeah, and yes, that's Thomas, pushing the coaches for Gordon. Okay, now I could change camera angle once we have back in this area again, back in this naphtha station. So go into the platform and push the coaches towards Gordon. And I'll try to go slower. As we're approaching him. So almost there, I think. Slightly a little bit more speed, but not too much. Just slightly push it to Gordon. Okay, done.
Gordon hadn't forgiven Thomas for waking him up from this nap. As soon as the last passenger had climbed on board, he started up so quickly that there was no time to uncouple Thomas.
Okay, so we have to drive along with Thomas, bring him forward, so there's no those like exiting or entering or boarding passengers. So just directly go forward in this time. And we're driving Gordon. Not too fast, slightly less than 25 miles per hour. So we don't have to change those track directions anyway. Yeah, that will be easier because if we like have to like pull the levers to change direction ourselves, it's a little bit just too many words to do.
Stop! Stop!
Come on, keep up, called Gordon.
this inside the border is capped. Are we reaching that point yet? No. It should be like 4 miles away. This one. How do I change the front of this? Let's see. Oh, we can actually go faster. Wow, look at the views. That's just, I think that's just beautiful. Take a picture of it. Yeah. Take a picture of this one as well. So we can see some kind of scenery around the station and the island. We could actually go much faster. So many miles away. Just go faster. Because we have to teach Thomas a lesson. So we have to go faster and faster. Yeah, mind that camera angle again, because that's not so friendly, I think. This is cool to see Gordon's face, but just doesn't do that. I'll figure out how to do that one later. Oh, we actually have to follow them. Do they stop? How do I go around? Okay. Okay, so I'll move here. So use Q and E to like go further, go further a little bit away of it. Yeah, that way we still. Yeah, okay, no, just can't go too far. Have to do it like this. So it'll be a close up for. So why is that thing is swinging around? Yeah, I don't care. Just going to pick a picture. I'll use F12 to do this instead. Okay, so take a picture of Gordon already. Press F again. Exit. Go. Oh, look at the scenery. It's just beautiful. Okay, we're going through a tunnel. For that, let's take a picture. Oh, some animals. Picture. So go back to the cat now. Or steps on the left hand side instead of right hand side. What about headlights? Is there a use of the headlight? See anything? So that's for his whistle. Headlight? No headlights. So anyway. Okay. Go. Just stick in here. Go faster. So many miles to go. Okay, we can go here again. I don't really see if the headlights are on or not. So never mind. Go faster. Speed limit is quite high.
Hurry, hurry, hurry! Laughed Gordon.
Poor Thomas was going faster than he had ever gone before. He was out of breath and his wheels hurt him, but he had to go on.
So we're really going very fast now. I'm wondering if Gordon's able to keep up. No, Thomas is able to keep up. Is it reaching 15 miles per hour? Driving around crossing. Oops, a little bit laggy here. Okay, I'll try not to go too fast because that will like a little bit freezing my screen in between. So I'll keep at around 15 miles per hour. You can actually go way faster than that. I think that's how I should do that. Yeah, to keep like going, and what's that one? So it's still 2 miles away. Run faster than something. There's perhaps another station. Just keep driving. If I pass through another station, I'm going to take a picture of it. I can't really say the name of it.
Express coming through!
Stop, please!
So we're going to stop at somewhere. There's a small shed over here. Hear the whistle. Quite a bit distance. So we're still on the express track. We haven't reached our stop yet. So we're just going to bypass this kind of side tracks. Another bunch of trucks. Somebody should stop there soon. Should be slightly, almost slightly less than a mile already. Yeah, we just let Gordon push it through. Don't have to go further to this tractor. The tractor. Not much of a. Supposedly are just farms in nearby, so 64 miles per hour already. We're still on the express track, and another river floating by. Ooh, another bridge. Steam, just too steamy. Trying to see it quite clear. Stop. Okay, to stop there. Oops. Oops, vehicle derailed. What should I do? Can we load checkpoints? Yeah, I just forget to slowing down Gordon. So that happens. So where's our checkpoint? So we have to start all over again? Oh, my bad. Yeah, so we'll have to start over again. But we get to drive Gordon again. Yeah, that wasn't on purpose. This was just that I forget to slow down the train. So that happens. It's just already crashed. It's going too fast.
Stop! Stop!
Come on, keep up, called Gordon.
Nope, not too fast. We'll go faster later. So many intersections, so to keep it slow. So let's see at which point we could go faster. Okay, we can go faster now. Limit is set 50 miles per hour. Because these are mostly straight lines, so should be fine. Yeah, and I hope I'm not going to crash Gordon again. And you can see the way it crashes. Yeah, I hope it won't happen again. Yeah, that's alright. The speed. We're going to keep it through. Go faster now. Okay, tunnel. We have to get back into the cab. that speed limit is a bit too high and for the chicane. How much use for the headlights? The speed go faster.
Hurry, hurry, hurry! Laughed Gordon.
Poor Thomas was going faster than he had ever gone before. He was out of breath and his wheels hurt him, but he had to go on.
So how fast can we go? 60 miles per hour again. Yeah, this time I will try to slow Gordon down when it's near the station. Don't hope to crash him again. Yeah, if you ask me, this kind of controlling should be easier than other types of train simulator game, because I'm not too familiar with those. But you can see that we just directly, there's just those buttons shown on the keys shown on the screen on the HUD, so that we would know which one we should press to like control the train.
Express coming through!
Stop, please!
We should keep the speed for a little bit longer until we reach 1 mile left, I think. How many coaches again? 5 coaches? Plus Thomas at the back. So the scenery again. Same scenery we have seen before. The river going by and this kind of side tracks again. Okay, so I'll have to slow him down a little bit, because I will forget to slow him down. Try to get something like around 40 miles per hour maybe. Yeah, I should whistle at that point instead. And don't have the ideas of how to go inside the coaches to see inside yet. So yeah, let me focus on driving. Okay, I should go slower for now. Yeah, I will try safe this time. Stop and wait at around 100 yards. That we should be changing tracks. We have to stop and wait. Okay. Yeah, then we can go. The signal says we can go. I think I have skipped that signal, so it just doesn't let me. It's just crash Gordon correctly. So now this time Gordon should be like safely entering the station, and yeah, that's how we get to the station again. So just to stop there.
At last, they stopped at a station. "Well, little Thomas," chuckled Gordon, "now you know what hard work means, don't you?" Thomas was uncoupled, and he felt very silly and exhausted. Poor Thomas puffed slowly away to rest, and had a long, long drink. After that, he was careful to never be cheeky to Gordon again.
Yeah, doesn't really actually do these statistics really matter. I'm not so sure about it. So anyway, it says our actual time for entrance of 7 o'clock. And we're platform 2, 7:20. So just continue with it. Okay, so I guess we could just go back to the main menu and save the scenario for our next live on this game. So let me go back to the main menu to check if there's something going on. Because it's almost been an hour of this live. So we could just check like next time we could go this scenario, Thomas go fishing, and we could actually set this one. So it's kind of like to explore around this area maybe, and then we can set the fog, the wetness, the snow. We can see snow, and then we can set the wind string, and we can set. This is the month and the number of week in that month and the time. So this should be the daytime here. And what about the other one? That's it. We have finished Thomas and Gordon, and then we see Thomas and Birdie, Percy's Troublesome Day, Part 1, and Diesel is there, branching out, and then our deluxe content, which is James. 2 stories in here. We have the shunting challenge, Netfoot. What else do we have? So we have another shunting challenge of the Vakwa Quarry. Another part of Percy's Troublesome Day. The story here, Vakwa. That's just an introduction. What about the town? So some kind of explore. Yeah, what's this one? Tibet sheds. Yeah, so like stories and another types of troublesome trucks and James again. And this one's Netfoot Harbor, still some kind of exploring. We have another story point, Hell's Road. We have Emily here. Before the others, just the town. And Henry's Tunnel is this one. But Henry seems not like appearing in the story. That's Jack Rose and Percy and James, and then it's Vikerstown, yeah. So another shunting challenge and shunting showdown, which is around Diesel and Thomas. Yep. And we could start another scenario or 2 during our next live. And if you actually take a look at here, I do think there's some kind of potential to be like adding some other kinds of Relish stories or Thomas stories here, because you can see on the map this side there's a track in there, and I know this could be just some artistic work to make it a little bit to look like a little bit more complete because we're on an island, right? There should be something linked with, I don't know whether this is the mainland or not, or the other parts of Sodor, the island of Sodor. So yeah, I do think there's the possibility to add in more like chapters and stories for the game. So that's just my personal thoughts. And Okay, so we would see you next time with another like chapters of stories that we're going to go through together in the next live stream. So thank you very much for watching this live stream. So wish you have a good day.